We are going to start at the front of our mats today with those feet hip width distance. Really root down through those legs into the earth. Gentle tuck at the tailbone. Press through the feet as we lift all the way up the body. That next inhale rolls those shoulders up and down the back. Let those hands fall to the side for a moment. And come to that breath. Making sure that extension rises all the way up through the crown of the head. And then that chin is parallel with the earth, so it's not tipping down and it's not lifting up. In this beautiful rooted Tadasana, we're going to inhale our hands to our heart center. Taking a moment to set an intention for your practice today. And doing your best to embody that intention in this moment right now. And our next inhale is going to inhale those arms up high. Exhale, gentle back extension as the hips come forward. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, fold forward, lead with the heart as we make our way down towards the earth into a forward fold here. And let it all go. Let it hang, gentle bend to the knees. Allowing gravity to assist here as the crown of the head falls down towards the earth below. We'll take those hands to opposite elbows, gently rocking left to right. And then taking those hands, clasping them at the small of the back here, and opening those shoulders up over the head. The palms can stay together, or you can let them fall apart. Whatever feels right for your body today. Continuing with that deep, steady breath that is going to help carry us through our practice today, keeping us present, tethered to this moment. The next exhale releases those arms back down. We're going to bring the hands to the outside of the feet, fingers spread wide, and step back into an upper push-up here. Making sure that that booty is nice and low, that core is engaged. We're not dropping in the shoulders, we're really pressing and lifting and pressing out of those heels. A few breaths here. If you want to, you can lower down onto those knees. We're going to move through a few rounds of a chaturanga, pushing back up. So whatever feels right for you. And then slowly shifting forward, lower halfway down, elbows are tight, push back up. One more time. Down, up. One more. Down, up. Beautiful. Press back into a downward facing dog. Pressing that mat away, extending that spine behind you. Open those shoulders. Lift those sit bones. And extend those heels. Release that neck. Next inhale, inhale back to that high plank. Just bringing a little movement into the body. One breath here. That next exhale presses us back, downward facing dog. Next inhale, we're going to inhale that right leg up, level with the body here, hip width distance, and we're going to pull that knee in towards the nose, rounding and lifting, bringing those shoulders above the wrists here. A nice breath here. Extending back. Next exhale brings us in. Inhale extends us back. One more, exhale in. Then release that foot down on the mat, come to that high lunge. Open those shoulders, pull the heart forward here. Nice steady breath. And then we're going to lift those hands towards the side. Keep that knee over the ankle. Extending through the crown of the head, really pulling those shoulders back, pulling through those arms. Make sure that belly's not resting on the thigh. On that next inhale, inhales those arms up. Make sure those hips are in line, so that left hip's pulling forward. The right hip is coming back a little bit. Shoulders are rolled down the back. We're pulling and lifting up through the spine, through the belly. Nice steady breath. We're going to find a little movement here. So this next inhale inhales the arms to the side and knees gently tapping the mat. Exhale, lift back up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. One more. Barely any of that weight is touching the mat there. Inhale, extending tall. Exhale, hands to the mat. Moving through a vinyasa here. Send that right foot back. Shift that way forward as we lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. A few breaths here. Next inhale, inhales left leg up. Keep those hips in line. On that exhale, exhaling knee up to nose. Bring the weight forward. One breath here. Next inhale, extends long. Exhale, pulls it in again. Engaged core. Inhale, extends. Exhale, pulls it in. Inhale, releases that foot down. Really root those hands, roll those shoulders, extend and pull forward through the heart. A few breaths here. Next inhale, we're lifting up. Hands to the side, reaching towards the back. Roll those shoulders open. Keep that knee over the ankle here. Beautiful deep breath. Next inhale, inhales those arms up. Few breaths here. Pull that right hip forward, bring that left one back. Roll the shoulders down the back. Really lift all the way up the spine. And just like we did on the other side, we're going to find some movement here. So the next inhale, inhales those arms down, knee down towards the mat. Exhale, rise. Inhale, pull down. Exhale, rise. Inhale, down. Exhale, rise. One more. One more breath here. Exhale, release the hands to the mat. Flow through your vinyasa. Few breaths here in downward facing dog. Bring a bend to those knees, gazes up towards those hands. Step or hop the feet forward. Forward fold, front of the mat. Next inhale, inhale to that halfway lift. Extending out through the crown of the head. Exhale, release back down. And with these feet hip width distance apart, releasing those arms down. On the next inhale, we're going to inhale, rise up into our chair pose, lifting those arms, setting those sit bones back, making sure that those knees are not crossing in front of those toes so that weight's coming back. Gentle tuck of the tailbone, and those arms are really lifting us up here. Nice steady breath. You've got this. Keep breathing. And we're going to take the hands and we're going to clasp these behind our back, extending backwards as we forward fold forward. Breathing into those shoulders. Releasing those arms down. We're going to do this one more time. So your next inhale, inhales lift back up, Utkatasana. Gentle tuck of the tailbone, shift the weight back, lift through those arms. Two more breaths. The next exhale, clasp those hands, pulling back, releasing down, forward fold. Next exhale releases the hands down to the mat. Rooting those hands down, moving through vinyasa flow here. High plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really press that mat away. Lift those sit bones up. Extend those calves down. Really engage those legs. And next inhale, inhales right leg up. Keep it in line with the hips. Slow and control, bringing it forward, setting it down on the mat. We're going to make our way to Virabhadrasana 2 here. So we're going to rotate the left foot down. The outer edge of the foot is parallel with the mat behind us. And when we're ready, on an inhale, we're going to inhale, lift up into that Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 here. Knees right over that ankle, nice low lunge here. Pressing the knife edge of that foot into the mat, really strong, stable base. Lifting that spine up, shifting the gaze over the right hand. And settling in here. That next inhale reverses our warrior. Hand can come on the leg or around the back. Really reaching through that right side of the body. Keeping that nice bend in the knee. Next exhale, we're coming to a side extension. So the hand can come here onto the knee. Or if you want to, bring it to the inside of the leg. Left hand extends up. When we're ready, extending forward. Full line of energy here through that left side of the body. Nice, steady breath. If you want to come into a half bind or a full bind, you can bring the left hand around, reaching the inside of that thigh. Or if you want to, right arm underneath. Opening up wide here. Again, nice steady breath. Releasing those hands. Inhaling warrior 2. Reverse that warrior. Exhale those hands down to the mat. Step that right leg back. Running through vinyasa. Nice steady breath here. This next inhale, inhales that right leg up again. Exhale, we're going to bring it across the body to the left elbow. Then we're going to extend it through here. Lift that left arm up. Nice steady breath. Now we're going to plant this left hand back down. Stay here for 1 moment. Inhale that knee to the chest. And we're going to rotate to a side plank, left side here. Inhale, right arm up. Feet can stay together. You can lift that leg. If you want to do a tree pose, take that foot. Whatever you want here. Nice steady breath. Next exhale, set the foot down, hand down, move through vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now moving into that second side, inhale, left leg up. Slow and controlled, bringing it forward. Preparing for Virabhadrasana 2 on this side, Warrior 2. So rotating that right foot down, really rooting that knife edge of that right foot. That knee's right over the ankle on the front leg. And when you're ready, inhaling up into that Warrior 2. Nice steady breath. That inhale lifts that spine up a little bit taller. Turning that gaze over the left arm. Settling in here. And then that next inhale reverses that warrior. Keep that same lunge. Don't lift up on that knee. Exhale extends us forward. Hand can come to the top of the leg here, down to the side. Right arm up towards the sky. When we're nice and rooted here, extending that arm forward. Keeping that nice deep bend in that left knee. Really tucking that left hip under, rolling the right hip back. And just like we did on the other side, option to bind here. So you can do that half bind or the full bind. Wherever you are, stay with that breath. Releasing that bind, inhaling back up to Warrior 2. Reverse that warrior. Exhale, releases it all down. Flow through your vinyasa. Returning to that downward facing dog. Even though this is a bit of a resting pose, we're staying nice and engaged here. Really pressing into that mat, lengthening that spine, opening those shoulders, lifting those sit bones as we extend those calves and those heels towards the earth. And that next inhale, inhales left leg back up. Crossing it over to the right elbow. One breath here. As we set that foot down, open that right arm up. Nice steady breath. Next exhale, exhales that right hand down. One breath here. Next inhale, inhales that knee up to the chest for one breath. And then we roll over to the right side for that side plank here. Inhaling, left arm up towards the sky. Really lift those hips so we're not dropping down here. And then whatever variation you'd like. Arm can be reaching towards the ceiling or it can be extending towards the front of the room. Whatever feels right in your body today. One more breath. Exhale, releases it down. Flow through that vinyasa. Few breaths here. Bring the bend of those knees. Step or hop those feet forward. We're going to take the feet out wide here. We're going to come into a yogi squat. Bring the hands to the heart. And we're really doing a counteraction even here. So as we press the legs in, we're pressing the arms into those legs as well. And we don't want to be rolling in on the insides of the feet, but really balanced and rooted. So make sure the outer edges of those feet are really pressing down into the ground as well. The heart's lifted. We're not slouching down here. Nice steady breath. And then we're going to take this right hand. We're going to bring it across the body here. Over to the right. We're going to open this left arm up. Releasing it down. Now we're going to bring this right hand over to the right side, opening back up. If it's in your practice, you can do a bind here, bringing that left arm around the back, wrapping this right arm around the leg, clasping at the small of the back, and lifting back up here as we open the heart. If you want to really push yourself here, you can play with a little bit of a hip opener as we move into a variation of Birds of Paradise. And you don't have to, you can just stay in a squat if you want. If you'd like to, shift the weight over to the right foot as you step that left foot in. Shift that weight over to the left as we slowly rise up. Really opening that hip here, nice steady breath. Really press into that left leg, lengthening up high. And then slow and controlled, we'll make our way back down to that squat. Release the bind. Hands back to the center for a breath. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So the left hand here is going to cross over to the right first. As we inhale and lift up. Exhale, hands back to center. Now we take that left hand over to the left. Inhale, lift up. Same thing. If a bind is in your practice here, Feel free to move into that bind. So wrap that left leg around, right arm comes across to the back, clasping those hands, opening that heart. And then you can stay here if you want, or if you try it on the other side, I encourage you to try it on this side as well. Some variation of that Birds of Paradise. Shift the weight over to the left foot, step that right foot in, shift that weight over to the right foot. So we slowly rise up. Trying to open that left hip here. Press that right foot into the earth, rise all the way through the crown. Nice steady breath. And then next exhale, slow and controlled, brings us back to the earth. Coming back to that yogi squat, hands to the heart, extending that spine up. Then we're going to bring hands to the mat, play with a little bit more balance here. Lifting those sit bones up, straightening those legs. Gonna make our way into a crow pose here. So bringing those knees up towards the armpits or on the back of those triceps here. Shifting that weight forward. Lifting those toes up. Nice steady breath. Two more breaths. Next exhale, extends those legs back up into that high plank. One more vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back. 2 breaths in our final down dog. Next exhale brings the knees out wide, toes to touch. Coming into that child's pose for just a few breaths. Next inhale lifts us up. And bring those feet forward here. Seated forward fold. Extend those legs out long. Flex those feet. Nice tall spine. On an inhale, inhale those arms up. Exhale, lead with the heart as you extend forward with that beautiful straight spine. So we're never rounding here to get deeper. We are always extending. If you have the flexibility, the first thing that should be touching is the stomach, then the chest, then the forehead. Again, we're never rounding, we are always extending. We don't want to sacrifice one part of the body for the other. So settling in here for a few breaths. extend those arms in front of us. Your next inhale engages that core as you inhale and lift up. And exhale those hands down. Bring those feet flat to the mat. Bend the knees. We're going to move into boat pose here. A nice tall spine as we shift that weight back. Lift those feet out. Up, reach through those fingertips. Remember, the closer these knees are in, the more we're working these thighs. To engage the core, we want to extend out a little bit further away from the body. And we're going to be here for a few breaths. Keep that spine extending and lifting. It's our last heated pose. 2 more breaths. The exhale releases forward. Bring those hands behind us, fingers pointing towards the body. Reverse tabletop. Few breaths here. Exhale releases us back down. You can come onto those forearms as we lower down onto our backs. Hug the knees into the chest. Gently rock side to side, releasing that spine. And then we're going to take both of these knees, send them over to the left, just a gentle supine twist here. Really root that right shoulder down. Settle in here for a few breaths. And then next inhale, inhales knees back to center. Exhale brings the knees over to the right. Extending that left arm long, rooting that shoulder. Settling in here. Next inhale, inhales those knees back up. Last pose is going to be happy baby here. So legs are coming wide, feet are coming up towards the sky, grabbing the outer edges of those feet. Really making sure that the lumbar spine is not rolling up here. We're nice and rooted. We're actively pressing the feet into the hands, pulling down on those feet with those hands. A nice steady breath here. actually, right before I move into Shavasana, let's actually bring those feet, soles of the feet to touch. Come into a Supine Baddha Konasana here. Butterfly pose. Let those hips fall open. Nice steady breath. Those arms can come to the sides. Roll those shoulders under the back here. Palms are facing up. And slowly extend those legs out long. Let those hips fall open, those feet fall wide. Really letting everything go. Let go of the breath. Let it move naturally. Let it move freely in your body. Let go of all of the muscles in the feet, the ankles, the calves, the shins, behind the knee, around the knee. Letting go of those thighs, quads. Letting go of the muscles of the groin, the abdomen, the side body. Letting go across the heart, the chest, the shoulders, all the way down the arms to those fingertips. Letting go throughout the neck, the jaw. Release that tongue from the roof of your mouth. Letting go across those cheeks, around the eyes, across the forehead, and all the way down the scalp. Completely surrendering. And know that in this moment, it is safe for you to just let go. Slowly start to deepen that breath. Bring some gentle movement to the fingers and the toes, the ankles and the wrists. And when you're ready, inhaling those arms above the head, extending out long toes to fingertips, fullest stretch of the day. Gently rolling onto that left side, staying here for a breath. And slowly pushing our way up, returning to that comfortable seat at the front of your mat. Lifting up through the spine, rolling those shoulders back. And that next inhale, inhales those hands to the heart. Bringing those hands to a point of balance in the center of your being. The next inhale, inhales those hands up to the third eye center. Bringing balance to your point of clarity. Exhale those hands to the lips. Bringing balance to your words and your truth. That exhale brings the hands back to the heart. Bringing balance to your love and balance to your heart. And from this place of balance within me, I recognize, honor, and appreciate the teacher, the light, and the divine within each of you and all things. Namaste.